SharkyBreath.
He plays video games.
Hello, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. Okay, well, last I checked, we were in the middle of failing to be able to do a bunch of physical instrument checks that I need to do. And, well, Hangman's back on the map, as I see. Hangman likes to show up randomly in the map, doesn't he? I wonder if that's intentional or if that's just a side effect of this game being particularly complicated in the programming department. I have no idea. Either way, I'm going back to the waterfront. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stop by, what is it, Sahid? I can't remember his exact name. It's Sahid. Nope, I don't remember. Is he still here? He's out, I think. There he is. There you are. Hi. How are you?
Everything's still
Ceiling?
officer.
I wasn't even close. I just made something up. I knew it started with S. Where did I even get that from? I don't know. Leave it to it for now. Cool. Well, let's have a look at his goods, because I have all this money now, and so technically I can afford stuff. Let's see.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
So we got the ugly glasses, which are plus electrochemistry minus logic. I think I'm good on that front. Something I can't see because I don't have enough conceptualization. And then over here we got, what, a jacket, was it? We've got lots of jackets.
Keep coming back. That's good, officer.
The windbreaker.
Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that economy.
Plus composure minus shivers for $4.50. It's not bad. Let's leave it for now. Then we got those shoes, right? The shoes on the speakers?
The speakers below are banged up and worthless.
Reaction
the
speed?
The sneakers triumph over them. They're the star of the show here.
Reaction speed and hand-eye coordination, but minus encyclopedia. I see. And hand-eye coordination is at the moment fairly useless for me because I automatically pass all checks with that. Or no, it's with the passive ones, isn't it? It's not the active ones as well. The ones I have to actually roll for. So it would be good for that. Minus encyclopedia, though. I'd have to only put them on when I meant it and when I didn't need experience. Plus, then I get the speakers that are banged up and worthless. Okay, alright. So those are the three options here. Or put a point into conceptualization and try again with this bin over here. I see. Okay. Alright. Was there anything still in the pawn shop that was worthwhile for me to spend time on? I don't remember. What I've been looking for, of course, is physical instrument, right? And nothing so far is doing that. Right, there's the street lamp, which is way too expensive. Impractically expensive. Yeah, expensive. Is there anything else in the figurine cabinet that strikes me?
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
He's acting like I haven't seen this before. Continue.
Try to find something pretty and cool here. Then use it to win her back.
That's kind of what I thought might be the case. My task is playing up, where I'm supposed to give figurines to Dolores Day when I meet her, apparently. Win her back? You still think that she's my ex-wife?
Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine.
I'm really not sure that Inland Empire is helpful a lot of the time. Continue?
This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy.
Probably not. All of these show that I have seen them before, but I wonder if I have more options to buy them if I were to reinspect. Okay, step away for now, though. Volition is probably right on this one. And this stuff up here, I already bought my own
All the
backpacks.
old boomboxes are there, blinking and waiting to whirl. All but one. Yours.
Quite so. Okay, well, that's fine. Fine. I don't seem to have a good way to get physical instrument unless I were okay with taking drugs, and at the moment, I'm still trying to not be that. Great. Great. That means I'm pretty much on my own, doesn't it? Unless I find something else randomly somewhere. You don't suppose... There's almost no chance. Alright, we'll just call back one last time today.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers,
Come on.
a radio mic.
Radio.
This is Precinct 57.
Anything
How may
about
I assist you?
anything about the armor.
Still no word, I'm afraid, sir.
Nothing.
I
Okay.
know 57's over and out.
In the
Great.
cabin.
Great. That's about what I assumed since nothing was showing up as a different color, but, well, what are you going to do? Okay. In which case... Hey, the snow stopped. The weather sure is fickle. Anyway, in which case... Let's stop by the whirling, because we got business to attend to here. Okay. All right. First things first. I needed to check in with... Wait, where's your husband? Can I just talk to you about it?
Hello, dear. It's good to see a familiar face.
The elderly woman smiles up at you hopefully. I restocked the empty trap. Where's Morel? Yeah, that.
Thank you for doing that, dear.
She manages to smile for you. What's wrong? What's happening?
Her smile is weary. Earlier, the bullions has left her.
Uh-huh. What happened?
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him.
She looks down at her hands. Only the hardcore players left, huh? Come on now. It's probably for the best. It's awfully cold out there in those reeds. He gives up and I'm running around? I guess this one? Because both 1 and 3 are awful?
I'm sorry, dear. You've had to drudge through them so many times.
As much as him.
Such as field work. A young person's game, as they say.
I sure hope he's okay.
Her voice is shaky. What is going on here?
But the only thing, despite making that drama success, the only thing I can say is, so, who's going to check the traps? And I assume the answer is me, because Morel is not well. Huh.
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
Right.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
Something tells me it's up to me again. We'll take care of it, take it on. Once more into the breach then, take it on with undue optimism. Good luck with that. My bug chasing days are done. I'm thinking we go undue optimism here. Yeah, Kim won't be happy about it, but like she needs something. And this is all I can offer at the moment. And it literally doesn't take any time. I'm sure Kim gets muscle aches and whatnot. But if he wants to stay back while I do it, that's okay, honestly. We'll figure it out. Once more onto the breach, then. Isn't it into the breach? Whichever. Doesn't matter. Doing it.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I can see you're coming down with a cough yourself.
Am I? Continue?
Fuck that cough. It's not happening. The insides of your lungs are lined with tobacco, a powerful antibacterial agent.
Is it now?
You are unstoppable.
Apparently I'm unstoppable. What does Purple have to say about this?
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like she's given up.
It seems that way, doesn't it? Lana, what's wrong? You seem different.
Different? How?
The half moons of her glasses reflect you as she looks up at you. You've given up on the phasmid. You're not telling me the whole story. Never mind. Volition thinks... An easy volition check thinks that she's given up. Do we let her tell me, or did she doesn't seem to want to? Why don't we just bring up what we think it is? You've given up on the phasmid.
I'm in doubt, sweetie. That's all. Everyone is now and then.
You're in doubt? About what? Specifically the existence of it, or that we'll ever find it, or...
It's, a strange feeling. I haven't really told this to anyone, but... You are a police officer.
She looks down, biting her lower lip. Indeed, I am theoretically that. Continue.
Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story? Or a dream?
So she's in doubt about her own account of having seen the phasmid in the first place. I see. Continue.
Hunching her shoulders now. She seems even smaller than she is. Like a sad young girl.
Is this doubt the reason that Morel is actually gone? I hope not. Continue.
Seeing the Insulindian phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not.
But Morel told me you'd seen it. You also told me. This is probably not the time for this particular attitude, but it's the only option I got, so forward.
Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone.
Continue.
A terrible sting in the heart. Regret.
Are you saying you made it up? You seem to really believe it happened. Doesn't that count for something? So you haven't seen it. I should arrest you for lying. What direction would we want to go with this? It seems like she's not saying that she made it up. It seems that she's starting to doubt her own memories, which is, reasonable because memories are malleable. by thinking often about something, I'm not an expert, but I hear that the more you think about something, the more like erosion that memory suffers, the more it can change in subtle ways without you realizing it. I could be entirely wrong on that front, but it's something I've heard. Let's start here. Are you saying you made it up?
No, at least I don't think I did, but Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the Phasmid's existence.
Right, of course. Continue.
That I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That. And for years, his belief made me believe too.
Yeah, I mean, belief can be infectious, for sure. Continue.
But now, we're both getting old, and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was.
I want to know where you're going with this, but she shakes her head, still unable to meet your eyes. Continue.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything.
Suggestion medium 10. First tell her that her marriage hasn't been a lie. I'm not good at suggestion. To hell with this, I still believe you saw the Phasmid. Thing is, you're not sure you made it up either. Okay, it's a false memory. Doesn't mean all cryptids aren't real. Chase another one. You're right about all of it, and I need to get back to my work. Cold, that's what that is. I don't feel like this is going... Like, normally with red checks, I'm like, sure, worst that can happen is I heal myself because I fail. But trying to tell her her marriage hasn't been a lie and failing is going to make things worse, isn't it? I know it's the less interesting thing to do, but I don't feel like I don't want to. The chances of screwing this up badly are so high that I don't want to. I hope that's okay. I'm not going to try the red check. You're not sure you made it up either. That's not exactly confidence inspiring. Let's try that.
I'm not sure of anything. Sometimes I still see it, you know. The real memory. Not the memory of the memory, but it's so hard to tell the two apart.
Yeah, that makes sense. She looks out the window. Continue?
Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary.
Are you sure you don't need help getting to Gary's? You do that. I'll check the traps one more time. Be careful out there, Lena. It's been a pleasure, ma'am. The rest of it's pretty grim. Thanks for bringing some light. Do you need help with getting to Gary's?
Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered.
She taps her chair.
And then a taxi home. It's not so bad.
You do that. I'll check the traps one more time.
Really?
Kim, not now. Kim, we're helping.
Oh, sweetie. Please don't get stuck on a dream. Take it from me and Morel.
She looks at you worried. Can I have your address just in case there's news?
Okay. It's 1113 Tabernacle Road. Jamrock, but...
I don't know where that is, but hopefully my brain
A
does.
sigh. She doesn't think you'll need it.
Right. I'm going with this one. The rest of it's pretty grim. Thanks for bringing some light.
You're welcome, sweetie. I'm glad it helped you, even though it turned out to be a...
She flicks a switch on her chair and the engine turns on with a whir. And the sentence remains unfinished. Waste of time is what she's not saying.
A dream.
Or that.
A lie. A fool's hope. Say her lips moving in silence.
A fool's hope.
Like that, she drives off. The gas engine putters quietly as she gets to the doors. Then, pushes them open. Outside, the cold coastal wind blows.
And that's it. We'll never see her again, I'd imagine. Continue.
We should go too.
I guess we should, Kim. Should I have tried to tell her her marriage wasn't a lie? The thing is, that's what she's really worried about. That Morel married her because she saw the phasmid. And if she admits that she didn't, is that it? Is it all over? But some rando on the sidelines taking an 8% shot at fixing that. No, I just don't think. Well, I don't know. I guess I'll never know now because I didn't try. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Well, that stinks. But I guess it was gonna stink no matter what. It's not like I was going to find the phasmid after all. And I guess therein lies the problem. Okay, well, I guess I have a victim to talk to. Let me go through my clothing real quick and make sure I don't need to change anything. I think that the ledger is a good idea here. Authority isn't going to help me with this. Probably. Probably. I don't know what I'm talking about, though, usually. I don't actually have that much that's useful for this sort of thing, do I? I don't have much in the way of empathy closing, and what I do, I've already got on. Huh. So is there anything that's hurting me here? Let's see. Minus authority is fine. Physical instrument and shivers isn't going to help me too much here, I wouldn't think. Is there something else that would be better? Everything I've got, like minus suggestion, minus empathy, whatever shirt I wear, it's not... I don't have anything that's going to be super useful specifically to this, so I guess this is just as good as anything else. Plus electrochemistry, minus reaction speed, sure, I guess, whatever. Yeah, I feel inadequately prepared, but I think I am going to no matter what. So I guess let's just get in there. Let me review my task. Let me review my task real quick. Speak to the assault victim. Go upstairs and knock on door number 3 to talk to the supposed victim of the hanged man. See what she has to say to you. This is going to go so poorly. Oh boy. Knock, knock.
The door is closed.
Who is it?
A woman's voice answered, muffled by the door. Continue.
Tired. Controlled.
Indeed. Continue.
This is the police. Can we come in?
Thank you for starting it off, Kim.
Come on up. The door is open.
She shouts.
I'm drying my hair.
Okay, continue.
Sounds like it's coming from upstairs somewhere. You could snoop around before going up.
I mean, yeah, I probably will. I usually do. Nobody's ever called me out on it before. The fact that perception is mentioning that that I can do it does suggest that she might call me out on it. Metagaming, hello. And open up. In we go. Alright, well, let's see here. There's something here. Hotel bill calculations. Looks like she's had an extended stay. It seems that way. What's this? Piles of dirty clothes. A woman's. Nice observation. She's upstairs. There's a door over here. It's going to make a noise if I open it. Well, I opened it. What's this? You see the yard below. The corpse is no longer there. That is true. It would be weird if it was there again. Also, how can I see it? That window is very high up. I don't even know. What's this?
This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills, haphazardly stacked, one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there.
I'm not sure why I'm noticing the toothbrush, but I'm not sure why I'm checking out her medicine cabinet. Let's look at the toothbrush.
It's been used quite a lot.
Okay, continue.
But not for scrubbing blood off towels, or anything else interesting, it seems.
Used toothbrush, cool. Medications?
Pharmaceuticals line the shelves. Sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners.
There's quite a collection in here. Search the bottle, search the pill sheets. I'm just snooping, but then again, I'm the police, I suppose. I'm very specifically doing just what I just said. Of course I am snooping. What else would I expect to be doing? I just walked into her bathroom and checking her medicine cabinet. She's going to hear if I just talk to Kim about this, right? Maybe I'm overthinking this.
Anything of note?
He asks in a lowered voice. Well, let's have a look.
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoperidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads, Nacra.
Nacra, continue.
Nacra. This is used to treat opioid overdoses. Always handy to have around.
Nacra opioid antagonist. Keep it to yourself. I mean, he specifically asked, why would I have brought it up with him if I didn't want to tell him?
Interesting. That's used for diamorphine overdoses.
The lieutenant nods, then looks at the door. Pill sheets?
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gottwaldian, marked red blister packs you find. What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how.
And now we have an electrochemistry check. Medium 10. Is there something more interesting here? I can probably do better than that. Give me a second. I'm just going to stand in your bathroom and change clothing real quick. Don't mind me. Hang on. I think it's just the gloves is all I have for electrochemistry, right? Right? My pants are boosting my electrochemistry as we speak. All right, hang on. Just making sure. The silk robe technically boosts electrochemistry. Okay, I'll think about it. Yeah, I guess I'm doing it. Just like, hang on. Kim's like, did you find anything interesting? Hang on, I got to get into this kimono before I can tell you that. Without getting out of my t-shirt, mind you.
This medicine cabinet is stocked with drugs.
Okay,
plus
plus one
an
chemical
old
hangover. Let's go.
toothbrush and a bright orange bottle with Preptide stamped on it. In sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that little plastic container.
Preptide. What's so exciting about this orange bottle? Lieutenant, I also see a brand called Preptide. Take it in secret. -1 sweaty hands. Just take it in plain sight. What's so exciting about this orange bottle?
It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it dextroamphetamine and talk about psychological disorders. But what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed.
Trucker speed. Great. Lieutenant, I also see a brand called Preptide.
Preptide, a euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine. Prescription speed.
Prescription speed. Really? Continue.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy.
How about we don't? Told Kim about it. -2. I'm not going to take it. I'm closing the cabinet. I'm not taking her stuff. I'm not taking it. This was theoretically investigation. It's not for me. Well, no, admittedly, every place else I've gone, I've just taken everything I find. Every time, without fail. But I'm specifically trying not to do that sort of thing these days, so I'm not going to take it. Maybe I'll regret it later. It's fine. Whatever. It's fine. Going upstairs. Okay. Okay. There's a bed here. This bed has been hastily made. Okay, there's a window. Do I inspect it from this side or... Yeah.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Suggesting that someone has cleaned this window specifically and not the ones around it. Run your finger across the surface of the glass. In my armor.
Smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside. Even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures.
Uh-huh. Continue.
Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface.
This window was recently replaced. Ah, that's what it is. It's the whole window was taken out and replaced. Okay.
Looks like it, yes.
He adjusts his glasses. Okay, leave. Good to know. There's a thing here. We're going into the next room. It's a whole new Ah, because it leads to the outdoors, of course. What's this? The smell of cigarette smoke in the air. Astramenthol. Okay. There's the door back in. There's also a door over here. And there's the victim. Got it. Got it. What's the door over here? Is this actually... It's a zone transition. Alright, well, I'm going to inspect everything in the room first. What's this? Cold coffee in an ashtray that looks like a hedgehog. Okay. I mean, she has been out here all week, at least. Look, a handful of dried white wildflowers. Uh-huh.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air.
Hand-eye coordination. Move your hand fast. Even odds. Let's try it. Failed.
The wind brushes them off the roof. They're gone.
Man. I thought I... Oh, never mind. It was passive checks. Passive hand-eye coordination, I always succeed. Oh, well. Sorry about your flowers. Apparently they are repelled by my very presence. I guess let's do this. It would be really weird to come out here onto the balcony and then just walk right into the next room. But I'm also, like, documented weirdo, so I guess I'm doing it.
Same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Push, where does this lead to? Kick the door in, physical instrument. Not exactly my specialty, but man, there's a lot of checks asking me for me to be good at it lately. We'll check that out in a minute. Hi.
Welcome to the roof.
The young woman has a cigarette in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other. Clasia, Miss Oranja Disco Dancer. I really need to pay attention to how people pronounce these things, but some people pronounce it differently than others. I don't know. Continue.
Her hair is still slick from the shower.
I mean, she also has been standing in the snow recently, whether she meant to or not. Continue.
Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built, long, and lean.
Yeah, keep your eyes to yourself there, electrochemistry. Continue.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
Nice view you got here. Is there a cleaning lady? I think I need one. Proceed politely. No time for pleasantries. We have questions for you. Proceed in a rush. Commenting on the view, I mean, it would see the courtyard very clearly, but then again, she knows pretty intimately what happened with that particular thing, I suspect. Nice view you got here.
It's much nicer now.
Her eyes wander north towards the yard. Yeah, less corpsey. Continue.
Where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible from the roof, but no longer.
That would be miserable, particularly given that apparently she was assaulted by yonder man. His body just hanging there, plain sight, all the time. Continue.
Thank you for that, officers. Truly.
Sure, at least we could do. Continue.
There is something in her light brown eyes, a sadness, when she thinks about the death of that man.
Well, let's proceed. It no longer says proceed politely. It just says proceed. But that's still what we're doing. We're not rushing.
Oh, yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
It has. Disco Infernum. Hell? You know not of which you speak. There are vortices of dark energy present, but not to hell, to another place, a third place, much different from our world. No, I just trashed the place. I'm going with Disco Infernum.
They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the infernum.
The cleaning lady quit and it was my fault? This is news to me. She also nods approvingly. Cool, thanks. Continue.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I see you've already met my colleague.
The lieutenant steps in. Yes, good to get things back on track, Kim. You're right. Continue.
Have I ever? This is the biggest fan of ostentatious orchestrations I have seen in my life. And I have seen a few.
I have no doubt of it. Continue.
Oh, yeah. Life gets hard, but we go on.
She declares. Continue.
The chorus of the 35 single, megaphoning the entire human race, instills you with the fuck it all swagger that prompts one to plow into grannies on your morning stroll.
Is that a good thing? It's gotten pretty hard in the meantime, but I go on. How long do you think until the hard wears it down, or wears us down? Things are only getting easier for me. I'm a policeman. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Imitate a siren. No comment. Hopeful. Apprehensive. Maybe a little nihilistic. Flippant. Or stern. Let's just go with hopeful, I guess. I mean, it's a little self-centered, but...
I can see that.
She nods.
I'm glad all this onward going has brought you to me.
Are you, though? Are you really? Continue.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
That is technically true. With some convincing. He looks down at the yard. Does Kim. Continue.
Huh. I see.
She takes a pensive drag of her menthol cigarette. Continue.
What could she be thinking of? It's hard to say. Her shoulders are relaxed, her eyes on the cigarette.
That was a success. I still don't understand. What is your name, miss, for the record? Nice room you got here. They tell us you were raped. Let's return to this later, miss. I mean, it is going to come to that eventually. But right out the gate, maybe not the best. We've only gotten her name from other people, so why don't we ask her specifically?
Clausier Amandou.
Got it. Thank you.
Same name that Titus gave you. It sounds Oranese, as does her accent.
The J isn't pronounced in Orania. Or Oranna. Oranese. So probably Oranna. Clausia Amandou. Okay. Continue.
Her birthmarks also signal Oranje. You don't know why, but Oranese girls tend to come speckled with them.
Oranje. Okay, thank you, Perception, for pronouncing it. Are you from Oranje? How old are you? What do you do, miss? What is your specialization? Could we take a look at your passport, please? Thank you. That's it for the record. I suppose these are just like pre-work things, but they also seem rather intrusive. But then I am the police. Being intrusive is kind of what I'm here to do. Are you from Oranje?
Right, sir. Vredefort, Republic of Oranje. I guess you could say I am an Oranese expatriate.
What is Oranje? Are we going to get weird on her quite so early? Probably. Early and often. That's how I do. Sure. What is Oranje?
A bad memory, officer.
Fair. Continue.
The Republic of Oranje is a democratic nation on the Muindi Isola, north of here, over the sea and across the Pale. It is one of the 6 major Occidental nations to hold stake in the continued occupation of Revachol, the coalition. People consider it a reasonable superpower.
Reasonable superpower? What does that mean? Also, we have a bad memory of what? And understood, miss.
They will make you into a fiscal colony, divert your natural resources, hold patents and shares. But they won't threaten to wipe you out anytime, like Revachol did in its prime.
I see. Got it. And that makes them reasonable. So we have the option to pry or not pry. It's not my business is the thing. Normally I wouldn't even consider asking, but...
Of lilacs and lightning. Parks, glass, duraluminium. Vredefort is a conference city. It's always autumn there. A night. At least it was for me.
She squints her eyes as if to see them in the distance. Continue.
What's so bad about that?
Fair question, I guess.
Nothing. If you're no longer there.
Right. Good point. It's more the backdrop to what happened to you there, I assume, but... Again, that's not our business. How old are you? What do you do? Do we need to see your passport? I feel like we don't. How old are you?
I'm 28.
She takes a drag. And what do you do?
Something stupid.
And what's that?
Oranese lit.
Oranese lit.
Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university.
She raises both eyebrows. What is Oranese literature about? Back to you.
Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are... Only the name of the nation changes.
I see. Okay. Fear of failure, fear of death, and how it sucks to be whatever nationality we're talking about. Continue.
If that's true, then Revacholian lit would fit you like a glove.
That's probably true, Inland Empire. Thank you. Oranese lit. What do you do with it?
Nothing. I do nothing with it.
How do you make money, then? Money is very important. Show her some money. Cool.
It's not very cool, but what can you do?
Nothing in particular. I'm not going to ask to see your passport. That is not what we're here for. That's it for the record.
The record. So official.
Nice room you got here.
Yeah. It's pretty deluxe.
What are you doing here in the Whirling in Rags? You have quite the collection of prescription drugs down there. Where does that door lead to? Point to the door on the roof. That window's new. I have other questions for you. So what you doing here?
I'm wintering.
I see. Continue.
How long have you been staying here?
For the winter, presumably.
About 4 months. I came in November.
She calculates. Why here or understood? But why here?
Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol?
Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, here in Revachol, here on the Insulindian Isola. That is the weirdo option. Why are you here in the Whirling?
Because it's the funkiest building in Martinez. And because all the other buildings are bombed to hell.
That does seem to be the case, yes. I'm also going to ask you the weirdo option. Don't hold it against me.
I'm wintering.
How long?
About 4 months. Here in the Whirling.
In the
here
Insulindian
in
Isola.
Martinez. Came to see the new world. It's a tourist thing.
She shrugs. What happened to the old New World? What happened to the old world? Understood. What happened to the old New World?
It turned out to be a Zarath-infested third world slum.
Did it now? Continue.
Called Ilmara. And it didn't. Even after the Mesk colonized it 7 ways from Sunday, it's an industrial powerhouse.
Interesting. I wonder why she said that then. It seems like there are a lot more options I could duck back in there and check out. But should I? Is this wasting time? I suppose it probably is. It's now 8:30. It's getting up towards the time when most people don't want to talk to me anymore. Where's that door lead to?
I have no idea, officer.
She looks at it calmly. Fair enough. So that window is new?
It is.
She moves slightly to your left to check her reflection in it.
The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook.
Continue.
He finds the answer unsatisfying.
It's intended to be unsatisfying, I'm pretty sure. Do we want to talk about her drug collection? I expected it. Sure,
Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it.
she says without any discernible irony. Narcomania is nothing to be proud of, miss. It was quite impressive. How did you amass such a hoard? No further questions. Let's not be too judgy.
With money, sir.
She takes a drag.
It's not exactly the NT-star-sized caboodle I intend for it to be one day, but it's getting there.
Well, good on you. Continue.
The Anti-Star is, or was, a Vespertine rock and roll star who liked to do drugs. He did so many drugs, he eventually mutated into a corpse.
I didn't read ahead, and I didn't see that particular twist coming. He mutated into a corpse. The collection includes Nacra, an opioid antagonist. You seem to have, among other things, Preptide. That's all as far as that goes, then. All right, shall we just discuss her drugs? Sure, why not? How about Nacra?
Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids.
I would imagine it does. Continue.
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
His tone isn't aggressive, just inquisitive, which is how we want to be. Thank you, Kim.
Better safe than sorry.
She takes a drag and smiles. Just good to be prepared. Speaking of prepared, it's almost related. You seem to have, among other things, Preptide.
Oh, yes. One of my favorites. It cures many ailments.
Like what?
Like not being able to stay up for 36 hours.
She thinks.
Not being happy. It cures those ailments. It's just a merit speed molecule, basically.
Basically. All right. Well, that's as far as that goes.
Very funky.
She takes a drag, looking you straight in the eye. Other questions, then?
Okay.
You don't have to stand quite that close to the microphone there. But okay. She takes a pensive drag of her cigarette. Continue.
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke.
Then to the matter at hand. They tell us you were raped.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
It's 8:30 at night, and I think that's the point. Continue.
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
Mm-hmm. Actually, it's evening, miss. And what does that mean? Were you... Do we want to actually her? I think we're actuallying her, perhaps? I mean, I did. Verbally, I did, so I may as well.
Is it?
Squinting, she takes a look around. The sun sets in the sea. Long shadows pass over the plaza below.
It is evening. Time flies, man.
She looks into her coffee cup. So were you? So you weren't? So were you?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
She draws out the word. Okay, continue. Suggests that you had a past of some sort with this guy? That it wasn't all negative, maybe? Dunno. Continue.
By him, she must mean the victim.
Yes, good job, reaction speed. Way to keep on it. Continue.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
She searches for the word, then shrugs. Got it. The charges. Does she think we're accusing her? Continue.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Continue.
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
Titus asked you to spice things up for us? Are you sure you weren't raped? What did happen between you and the victim? What can you tell me about him? Name, eyes, age? Odd order to ask things in. What did they hang him for, if not rape? Why was there a bullet in his head? How do the Hardy Boys know you? Thank you for telling us all this, miss. Titus asked you to spice things up for us?
Pretty much.
She cradles her coffee cup in both hands. Continue.
Warming them.
Yes, continue.
She must be very cold and exhausted of this life.
Seems like it. So what did happen between you and the victim?
We partied.
Wait, partied? Where have I heard that before? You mean like a birthday party? What kind of partying? Point to your bloated face. The kind I do? I don't get it. What do you mean partied? Partied, where have I heard that before?
A lot of partying going on.
Seems like it, doesn't it?
From Titus. About her and Titus's relationship. That's where you heard it.
That is in fact where I heard it. It's true. It's the dumbest thing. You mean like a birthday party? I don't know, like, I kind of want to just see what she says if I say it.
Yes. We made balloon animals, drank lemonade, inflated a bouncy castle.
She makes a twisting motion with her hands. Did you rim the lemonade glasses with sugar? I like to do that. You're being sarcastic. That's not actually how you partied.
It's not, sir. We drank alcohol, a lot of it. We had that effect on each other. Made each other drink harder.
Got it. Continue.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination.
No doubt.
We also had sex.
Yeah, fair enough. Continue.
Whoa. After so much drinking and drugs, how did they manage it?
I mean, that's a fair question, Endurance. Hold on. After so much drinking and drugs, how? You were lovers? Were feelings involved? Understood. I mean, I made the endurance check. I spent a lot of skill points to make that endurance check, as it turns out. So go ahead. Let's go ahead and ask her how.
Untraditionally, officer.
She puts out her Astra, but lights another one with the end first. Okay. Continue.
Your imagination starts whirring, whether you want it to or not.
It's fair. Yes. So, You were lovers? Were feelings involved? Understood. Were feelings involved?
A little. The drugs were good enough, and we did enough of them.
Sure, continue.
How did you two meet?
The lieutenant's voice is quiet, calm. Intentionally so. Continue.
Downstairs, at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment. A military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
She taps on the roof with her 10-centimeter heel. Continue.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that.
That far back. Must have been hard for you seeing him there. Well, let's ask what you can tell me about him first. Name, eyes, age.
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about his... I don't know. Hair.
She puffs on her cigarette, and then later another puff, more nervous. Continue.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
Probably for the best. Can I actually check the task that just updated while I'm still in this conversation? I feel like I can. I can. Get Clausia's version of events tactfully right. Okay. Must have been hard for you seeing him there.
Oh, yes. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
She says bitterly. Continue.
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant.
I look to the lieutenant.
He takes a small step closer.
Does he? Continue.
You called us, the RCM.
She made the call. Continue.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Jackpot.
The call reporting the hanging, that was you?
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
She nods. Got it. All right, continue.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
Before we go on, if it's snitching, then why do it? The caller's voice was disguised. I guess before we go on that, why snitch?
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping him.
She takes a drag, her voice thick with disgust. And I will say, nice job, voice actor. That was indeed thick with disgust. Well done. The caller's voice was disguised.
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little.
Oh, nicked it. How?
With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
You know what you're doing, then. Continue.
So, she's God's mystery foam cutter.
And in the process, you broke the landline downstairs.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing.
She looks into her coffee. Apparently I'm wrong. You did not know what you were doing. Continue.
Still, that's pretty clever tampering. Simple and clever. Crossing the lines like that.
Yeah, seems like you had some idea. That was nifty. Don't mention it. I mean, it's a neat idea. It doesn't necessarily feel like the atmosphere for bringing this up, but since I made the success, I guess I may as well.
Thanks.
She manages to smile.
She looks a bit like a little girl who's just been complimented on her bike repair skills.
Oddly specific drama. Why go through all the trouble?
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Continue.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
Well, it's up to us to prove that that's the case, but yeah, continue.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there.
He sure would. And probably his legs would have dropped off by about this time, although we probably shouldn't talk about that part. Okay, so what do we have left? Are you sure you weren't raped? Like, she seems pretty sure. What did they hang him for if not rape? I think I know the answer to that question, but that's we have to iron that out. Yes. How do the Hardy Boys know you? What did they hang him for if not rape?
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing.
She thinks.
But you probably know all about it.
I do. I just wanted to get your angle on things. Continue.
And his role in this strike was what?
He's with the Wild Pines. But again, we need to have her say it, not me.
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military. worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
Right, makes sense. Continue.
And they lynched him for it?
Continue.
She nods.
Why was there a bullet in his head? I don't know why she would necessarily know that, but someone needs to know. So maybe she does.
Bullet? They shot him too?
There's a silence. Her brows meet in the middle for a painted frown. Continue.
I'm not picking up on any theatrecraft here, sir. The pause is sincere.
Okay, that's basically what we wanted to know. Continue.
They stripped his clothes and they shot him?
Continue.
You mean after they hanged him?
Continue.
I'm confused. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, understandable. Continue.
So am I. Were you aware that he had also been shot, miss?
Continue.
Things are starting to go a little over my head here. I thought he was hanged. I was not present when they did it. I don't know what happened. I just know what they told me. And Sylvie, the bartender.
Right, the woman I spoke with on the phone who never wants to hear from me again. Continue.
This is beginning to get confusing for you too, and we don't like that. Where was she last Sunday night?
If I ask where were you when this happened, it's going to start sounding like we're accusing her, but my drama specifically doesn't think it was her. This seems like an important choice. I'm not sure if it is or not, but I guess that's how it goes with everything in this game, right? It may be that this is important, or it may be that it's insignificant. Maybe there's just a detail I won't get if I don't inquire, but this sounds accusatory. That said, she wasn't present when they did it. She mentioned that. I guess I could inquire into that, and it could be relatively innocuous as long as I don't, like, pursue actually accusing her of doing anything in this. Where were you when this happened?
Cowering. I was cowering downstairs with Sylvie.
Got it. So how do the Hardy Boys know you?
They're frequent guests downstairs. They have a booth for union members. They're probably down there now.
They are. She looks at the floor. It's tarred. And how did you meet?
Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter.
Delicate. Did you party?
A little, yeah.
Seems like. Continue.
Like you partied with the deceased?
I mean, yes, Kim. We were there for the conversation with Titus, but go ahead.
No, not as hard.
Fair. Continue.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
Continue.
I have.
Titus? I mean, which one are understood? Again, it's just giving me the option to not pry, but I'm a friggin' detective. Which one?
Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
There's only one option left. I can skip it. I might skip it. She seems very sure that she wasn't. At least by the deceased. I'm going to leave it alone. Thank you for telling us all this.
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid.
Continue.
Should we head back downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
The lieutenant looks at you. I had something else before we go. A little thing. Did I? Let's go. Leave. What little thing? I have a bad feeling about this. I have a bad feeling.
She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
Volition Legendary 14. Look her in the eye. Slight confusion about bullets. Let's return to this later, miss.
Why not? I'll be here until 11 p.m., drinking coffee, most likely.
Seemingly. End. Okay, hang on, Kim. Just a second. Just a second. Volition, huh? Did I have anything else that did volition? I feel like that was it. I feel like that's the only other source of volition I've got. Aside from, drugs, but we're not doing that at the moment. And I'm maxed out at the moment. Let's see what that gets me.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
She lights a cigarette. Gosh, me too. Volition Legendary 14. Look her in the eye. Slight confusion about the bullet. Let's try it. It's a white check. I can retry it. Let's try it.
She looks back. Time moves slowly. The triangles of her face rearranging into a weary smile.
Failure. Continue.
We will see through deceits. You are shielded. You are wise.
Am I? Continue.
You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs, just below the silver jumpsuit.
Uh-huh. Continue.
Miss Aranye Disco Dancer. You want to put your hand on her back and feel it arch.
I don't... This is not why I'm... What is happening? Avert your eyes. Oh, man, I should just avert my eyes. I know I should, but what is happening?
Nothing. Just time passing. Don't worry.
Great. Continue.
Anything out of the ordinary, and you would be notified.
Except that I specifically failed. So many sections of my brain are checking in on this one. Continue.
Air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats. You're a detective. Get back to detecting.
Am I being beguiled? Avert your eyes. Am I being beguiled? Beguiled?
She presses her elbows against her waist and slowly turns her head.
Continue.
Her hair brushes her shoulders, making a small hissing sound, almost imperceptible.
Avert your eyes.
The strange moment ends. It was brief, no longer than 2.2 seconds.
Okay. Let's return to this later. All right, Kim, you wanted to talk about something. Let me just try this door real quick. Don't mind me.
The same small, heavy door.
Push it.
It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the brackets. Sounds like it's heavy, too. Very sturdy.
Okay, leave for now. We already know she doesn't know where it leads to. I already asked her. Let's go downstairs and talk to Kim. Downstairs. Out of the room. Out of the room entirely. Not the window. There's where we're going. Okay.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window.
His voice is lowered. Do you think this will make them cooperate?
Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan.
Say in a hushed voice, why did she tell us all of that? Got it, let's go. Let's discuss.
What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it.
I'm not sure she had to lie. I wouldn't have known.
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her.
She seems candid. Something is off here. Drama Brain didn't detect anything, but she could just be way better than me, I suppose, but she seems candid.
You think so? Being candid is the best way to lie. The appearance of candor with some facts thrown in draws attention away from whatever one chooses to omit.
Yeah, it may very well have been a conscious decision. You're absolutely right. A shadow runs across his face. Continue.
She may be trying to control the pace of the investigation. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our inquiries will bring us back here soon enough.
I suspect you're right. I hope that was the conversation you wanted to have with me earlier, and it just automatically happened, because I was waiting until we got into the hallway, but this works. End. Okay, well, let us excuse ourselves, step into the hallway, and from here, let us adjourn for right now, because it has been an hour, and that is as far as we're getting today. So we talked with the victim, and now we gotta talk with the Hardys again, but they may not be here anymore. It's past 9, and I know a lot of people bugger off at that point. Wow, I've got a lot of money. I should really just go buy some stuff, huh? Just for more stat options when it comes down to it. I should have just bought everything out there at the street market, if you can call it that. Anyway, I guess maybe I'll do that next time or tomorrow or something. Anyway, thank you for watching. I don't know exactly what we're going to do next time. We're getting close to the end of this day. I don't know how much there is left to do today. if nothing else, I guess I could go find the guy who wanted this jacket and give him more alcohol and see if he has any more stories, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know, that might just be a waste of time. Not exactly a satisfying day, but possibly an important one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.